everyone! Runos here, and welcome back to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever, where today we have the most smashing match on the Bermuda Locket. And today we have the teams of very high-ranking players, actually. We have the Red Viper, a fellow Norwegian. Hello, the Red Viper. Vi skåler for den. Yeah. Anyway, we have Captainchlorgas at the other side, and I don't know much about Captainchlorgas, but the Red Viper seems like a smashing fellow after what I've been chatting with him about stuff. And then finally, another note is, it's a little bit late and overdue, but happy birthday, Skywalker1504. Skywalker1504 is a very good friend of mine. We play sometimes together here on FAF, and I just wanted to wish him a happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. I hope you have a smashing day, or that you had a smashing day, and that you will have onwards and shit like that. But anyway, now we're gonna get to the game. So we're gonna see down here we have the Red Viper going in cyber and blue, starting with the land factory and going power generators mostly, and sending out engineers to reclaim to get mass so that he won't stall in mass, which is a good thing. Smashing, smashing, we love to see that. Then we have down here in the south Captainchlorgas going cyber as well. Land factory and some power generators and mass extractors, so that a little bit of different tactic than the Red Viper, going straight for a lot of energy and using energy engineers. Sorry, oh my god, I forgot the name of the engineers. Using the engineers to just spread around instead of getting the mass. So we'll see if that tactic pays off. And there's a lot of power generators planned just to spread around. So the Bermuda Locket is quite a large map. Either was it 20 by 20 or 40 by 40? I can't remember out of my head right at the moment. I don't have the map statistics in my head. I can just put in the text or something afterwards to see. Now we see that the air factory is going up for the Red Viper, and I'm going to be as cheeky and frisky to put it up to +2, because in the beginning with such a large map, things will go a little bit slower than smaller 1v1 maps. So it's going to be very interesting to see, because this map usually has a 2v2v2v2 or 4v4, for example, like these four here against these four here, or something like that. Other than that, I gotta say, I really love the Bermuda Locket. It's a very cool map. You have these small land stripes that is very treacherous when it comes to getting land units across, unless you get air units. And Navy can dominate quite a lot, depending on whether you decide to go inside of the sea or outside. Inside you have access to more of these things, well, everywhere, but, you know, you don't have much places to move. Of course, this map is freaking huge though, so it's quite a lot of sea here. Yeah. So now we see also that the Red Viper, he goes for an engineer job here with a land factory, a radar system, and decides to go and have some fun with this new factory. Do we see similar tactics for Captainchlorgas? No. He is going for bombers, going for early navy, well, earlier than the Red Viper. We'll see if that pays off. If we can secure the inner sea, that will be a very useful tactic. Then we're gonna see, what do we have? Where did we have it? Ah, here we go. There was a air engagement here where one of the interceptors took out a bomber, but two interceptors came in from behind and took out that one interceptor to Captainchlorgas. There's a bit more spread here, it would seem, from the Red Viper, using transports more effectively, and Captainchlorgas using engineers to just walk around the land stripes. And I don't know if that will actually pay off. So far it does seem though like Captainchlorgas has more income than the Red Viper, but is that due to reclaim? No, that is what he is getting in at the moment, and the Red Viper is also at around 40 though, so not too far behind on any one of these people. And how are we doing on the reclaim though? Captainchlorgas having reclaimed almost 3,000 mass, and the TheRedViper having reclaimed 4,000, almost double. So we'll have to see if this pays off for Captainchlorgas, the tactic he chooses to do. I mean, they're very high-ranking players. I do not dare to say anything at all that, oh, they should do this, they should do that. I'm now just gonna report and see what the hell is going on, because I'm a 1000 ranked player. I am nothing special at all. I can hold out against other players on my own rank, but usually then I'm extremely lucky. And that is being very nice when I say it. I mean, I'm that kind of bragging when I say I can hold out against players on my own level. I mean, if I try to play against either of these players, that would not have been a pretty sight, or at least it would have been a very boring sight, because I would have been completely obliterated. I did talk to TheRedViper a little bit, and we did discuss the possibility of getting some training, and then I perhaps will be able to be more of a man in high-ranking players' sight if I can actually increase my gaming level, because, you know, as a caster it is, I suppose, a little bit expected to know these kind of things of like what things are tactics that you can come like in chess tournaments where they have professionals that I can say, yeah, this move that this guy did here, that was a very smart move, but oh, he should probably have done it different like this. I want to be able to do that, but at the moment it's more that I just come with, well, I try to come up with witty comments, I try to do well, different stuff, and just say lots of jibber jabber, and that doesn't really have anything clever for the game other than just, oh, this is happening here, this is happening here, this is a phenomenal match, whee! And did Captainchlorgas see this? Yes, he can see it, so he knows that the TheRedViper is now getting into the naval game, having 3 torpedo launchers here and the sonar system now going back to 0, because now things are starting to happen. Some engagement over at the right side of the map where Captainchlorgas and the TheRedViper is exchanging fire. A lot of units running over the mountainsides and firing at each other. We see small engagements going on over here though, but that's a lot of units for the TheRedViper. TheRedViper getting a lot of naval factories on as well, deciding that to win this we need to secure this, or at least contain the spread of Captainchlorgas if Captainchlorgas decides to go for Tech 2 Navy, which it appears he does. Now we have to see if Tech wins over Spam, so this could be interesting to see. The TheRedViper's commander just sitting here, chilling under the water, having a nice little swim there, deciding to see how long he can hold his breath. And Captainchlorgas decides to be, well, useful with his commander, if you want to put it like that, and use the commander for, but how much can he use it? It's a Tech 1 commander, so it won't really provide that much help, but it'll be, I mean, every little bit of help helps. Yes. A little bit of push here from the TheRedViper, having secured this part of the map now. But we see T2 units now coming out for Captainchlorgas. While there's lots of Tech 1 units here for the TheRedViper, T2 units will obliterate all these T1 units that the TheRedViper has in his arsenal. What do we see on this left side though? That's a lot of units though, so TheRedViper will have a little bit more trouble getting a breakthrough there. But these 4 Rhinos are now moving in, and there is an autogunner here defending. And what's the sound? Oh, there we go. Ha! There's 2 Mantis that managed to skirt around and take out a mass point, and exchanging some fire with the units. And oh my god, 2 Mantis down to 6 health points each. That's quite a lot. Well, quite a small amount, but you know, you get the idea. Some frigates trying to do a bit of harassment, but there are 3 scuttles here, so they won't be able to do much actually. So I don't know what Captainchlorgas is sending his. Whoops! Sorry, that's my mobile phone. Get away! Oh, it's my aunt. Oh, she wants to do stuff. Oh yeah, it's nice getting you messages from your aunt and stuff like that. I should have probably turned off the mobile phone, but whatever. I love my family. Anyway, back to the game, back to the game. What do we see, what do we see? Well, it's basically 2 engagements over here, the Navy-wise. It seems that the Red Viper is concentrating a lot of, actually, resources to get this online, and he has Tech 2 now. I'm going for Barracudas. And I gotta say, I love the Barracudas to the Cybans. Such a freaking cool submarine. And quite useful, actually. I mean, I gotta say, between the Vesper and the Barracuda, I gotta say I love the Barracuda because I think just in my opinion at least, that the torpedo defense system is a little bit better because the Vesper shoots them out from the side, and while they're faster, they can sometimes miss, while the Barracudas just drops them out right besides it. So, I don't know. It just, in my case, that looks cooler, and it seems more reliable. For example, also when you have the Cybans and you get the Megalith, oh my god, that's fantastic. Now there's a little small push here though. Quite a lot of T2 units coming in here, starting to fire at all these units here, but these units are now funneling in a single line, while Red Viper has units spread out all over the place. But that's a lot of T2 Rhinos. Do you see anything on this side though? Captainchlorgas having stopped with his unit's advance, but he has secured this area now, at least momentarily. But now we see that quite a lot of Navy is coming out for the Red Viper. And I gotta say though, I'm actually completely impartial in this. I promise. Even though the Red Viper is Norwegian and stuff like that, I mean, I want to see what both players are able to do, because I mean, they're such high-ranking players. I love to see both sides doing things. Suddenly they come with one tactic that seems to be working, and it's actually a successful run by. It seems that Captainchlorgas is using his units to get these mass points out of the way. Since they're mostly T1 units here, these T2 Rhinos can actually get quite, do quite the damage. And now we see also a run by from this side that Captainchlorgas is doing. So actually Captainchlorgas is doing a very good job, in my opinion, of pushing back the Red Viper's initial foothold. But the Red Viper has a lot of units though, especially in the sea here. We see that there's a Tech 2 Salem class destroyer here, but there's a lot of Barracudas and Trident classes, and the Ragnar actually deciding to sit there and have some fun. And now they're coming in over here. Now these Rhinos will be taken out by Red Viper's own T2 units. So that will be the end of that advance, but having taken out quite a lot of mass points here though, so another push coming out from Captainchlorgas. But I don't know, you should probably think of funneling them, I don't know, but he has a lot to think about though. I mean, this map is huge, you gotta be everywhere. These units decide to just push out to the side and go for all this mass instead. Whether or not that will succeed or be a good idea, we'll have to see actually, because I mean, you want to take out the mass. There's no point in having factories if you don't have the mass to build things. So, but the Red Viper is still healthily on 100, over 100 mass, and Captainchlorgas is the same. Both in, well, the Red Viper is spending everything it has of mass, still in the green and energy, so he gets every mass from the mass place. Captainchlorgas is still plus though, just above bottlenecking, getting a cruiser out, and again trying to push out from the side here, but they're still funneling them in a single line, so they will take concentrated fire from all these units, having just to focus on one unit all at the time. And while it might work, it can be dangerous and treacherous though. This cruiser now starting to fire at this Trident class frigate. These units are going to get decimated. These units have stopped. There is a Skyhook here coming in with more engineers. It would seem, yes, there are engineers. They're going to be dropped, but here are a lot of interceptors here now for Captainchlorgas. Will he be able to get the engineers down? Yes, he will, and the transport is going a little bit away before it explodes, so these engineers will be spared. And now a push is coming out from the Red Viper, having pushed back again, so it's very much back and forth, but from what I can see, it looks to be in the favor of the Red Viper. We see here now that Captainchlorgas has gotten some Corsairs online, so we'll start to harass the mass points, and that is very good indeed. I love to see that, but there's only 2 naval factors here for Captainchlorgas, while the Red Viper has 5. Having understood that perhaps Navy is the key to survive or win this, so that's quite a lot of units. They can just spam this entire Navy with stuff. There's a Salem class and a cruiser here though, and some Tridents, but that's a lot of Barracudas, Tridents, and Salems. Do we have Salems in the mix here? Yes, we have 1 Salem over here, and some Wagners following close to it. And this Salem class is going to go down mass in the friendly territory. There's a large push coming in here from the Red Viper now, pushing everything back, but we see some Wagners here though, and a brick. So Captainchlorgas has transcended to T3. Do we see T3 for... Yes, we see T3 for the Red Viper, going for Loyalists though. Probably going for a spam of Loyalists instead of bricks, which are more powerful, have a higher rate of fire in the sense of like damage potential, but I mean, the bricks, isn't those the one of the few units that can withstand an overcharge when they are fully, when they have a full, what do you call it, veterancy level? I think it was, I can't remember completely though, but now these units are trying to get in here though. This brick is firing at the Rhinos, but I don't know, that's a lot of units for the Red Viper. I don't think it will survive that. And now there's a hell of a lot of Navy coming here for the Red Viper, taking out Captainchlorgas' Navy. Perhaps it would be prudent to get more torpedo launches online here for Captainchlorgas. There are some Corsairs now scrambling out to see if they can do some damage, but that's a lot of anti-air from T1 and T2 units. They don't have any cruisers in the mix though, so these Corsairs can do a little bit of damage, but do we see anything like that from the Red Viper? Do we see any form of T2 Corsairs from him? Do we see any T2 air? I can't see anything. There's a lot of T1 interceptors here for the Red Viper, and a lot of T2 units. Oh, that's quite a beautiful amount of units there. These units are falling back in the face of this brick that has been accompanying these units. Captainchlorgas is standing here though. There's no shields in his base, no shields over here as well, except for this one that protects this energy plant for the Red Viper. Trying to get out Salem class destroyers, but the Salem is crashing into the side of the factory and detonates. A lot of units here now for the Red Viper. Deciding that the most prudent action would probably be to escape with his life still intact. That's a lot of T1 units. And do we see... Yes, we have Corsairs here for the Red Viper. Do we see more being built up? Will it try to take out the Red Viper with the Corsairs? Are we going to see a Corsair snipe? That is the question. Now we see the Corsairs are moving in here now, and unit engagement on this side, very quiet on this side, but 5 Corsairs are coming in here. Captainchlorgas has taken a little bit of damage, but will 5 Corsairs be enough to take him down? That is the question. He's coming in now, he's firing and taking a lot of damage now. Will he be able to get out of this? Oh, I don't think he will actually. He has taken a lot of damage. There's no units around him to help him, and will he go down? He's still in 3,000. He's going down to... He's still in 3,500 health points. Will he be able to skirt around and avoid all these missile fire? But I think it's over for Captainchlorgas. He's going into red, and oh! At 20 minutes and 20 seconds, Captainchlorgas is taken out by a Corsair snipe. And a very successful one, I have to say. And the Red Viper had quite a lot of units on both sides. So having pushed Captainchlorgas back to his base and on the defensive, he had trouble getting out again. And in the end, the Navy made sure that the Red Viper won. So that was phenomenal play from both sides. I love to see these kind of high level ranking players play such a fantastic game. We see they just spread out, and the difference between, for example, me and high ranking players is just phenomenal to see. But I'm gonna end this video here then. So thank you guys for watching this. If you liked this video, press that like button, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.